restroom or fill up your water or anything else, go ahead and get that out of the way. Okay, Rocket, did you say hi to everybody?
Yeah, she did.
All right, come on, honey. Let's go. Come on. Good girl. Good baby. Go see daddy. Go see him. Morning, everyone. Thanks for being here today. I know we have a few new people, or at least new faces to me. So I just want to mention a few things before we get started. Regarding the mask ordinance, there's still a mask ordinance in the state of Colorado. If you want to exempt yourself in the confines of your mat, you're more than welcome to. We just ask that if you leave your mat for any reason to fill up your water or use the restroom or anything, that you put it back on. So I'll not be wearing my mask this morning. I'll be a naked face with you. Since we're a few of us are new to practicing together, just know that I like to have a good time. I like to push you towards the edge of your comfort zone, but you're always welcome to skip or modify things as much as you need to. So if there are any injuries or any medical conditions that you're working with, you're always welcome to change things up, skip postures as much as you need to. I just hope that you'll learn something new, have some fun this morning. And if you have any questions throughout the practice, don't hesitate to ask. I think that's about it. We're going to work on deep breathing this morning. So we're going to start laying down on our backs. The first practice that we're going through is called Wim Hof breathing. Most of you, if you've practiced with me before, you've done this, or maybe you've heard about it in popular American culture. It's kind of a trend right now. But what Wim Hof breathing is taking as deep of a breath in as you can, and then you just let the breath go. So there's no force in the exhalation. It's more of a just opening your mouth and letting it go. So I'll give you a quick demo of what it would sound like. This can be done either through your nose or through your mouth. I prefer the mouth just because it seems like it's easier, but if you like to do nasal breathing, then that's great as well. We're going through 2 rounds of 30. On the 30th round, we'll hold the breath in at the top of the inhalation. You don't have to memorize any of this. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. All I ask is that you let go of anything that's happening outside of this room. Easier said than done, maybe. But let go of any family or plans or business. If you've got work today, just let it all go. And just allow yourself to be here, fully present, for the next 60 minutes or so. Let's start off with 3 cleansing breaths. Breathe in as deep as you can through your nose. Out of your mouth. Again, in through your nose. Out of your mouth. One more time, fully in. All the way out. Okay, let's begin the Wim Hof breath. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. In, out. In, out. Keep going. Find a rhythm. Beautiful. You might feel a little bit of discomfort, and that's okay. Just like we find discomfort when we are training for something, whether it's running or lifting weights, we are training our lungs and our parasympathetic system. So know that a little bit of discomfort's okay. We've got 10 rounds left. Go a little bit quicker now. 3, 2, 1. Fully in. Hold as long as you can. Try not to be attached to the amount of time that you hold. Don't worry about that. But more so, focus on the sensation that you're feeling in your body. Increased circulation through your veins. Starting to slow the mind. Whenever your exhale comes, and that might not be for another 30 seconds or so, just let your breath return to normal. Slow breaths. And just take a moment to notice what effect this breath practice has had in such a short amount of time. For me personally, when I am at home and I don't necessarily have an hour to commit to a practice, this method is one of the most simple and effective methods that we can do, at least for myself. That's my experience. So we're going to go through one more round of Wim Hof breath. At the end, we'll see how long we can hold, and then we'll get into our physical practice. Let's just start off with a cleansing breath. Breathe in as deep as you can through your nose. Out of your mouth. Let's begin slow. Good. Find a rhythm. A little quicker. Stick with it. Tension in the body is normal. A little bit of discomfort is normal. Stick with it. We're already halfway through. See if you can go just 10% deeper on the inhale. Invite just a little bit more breath in. Expand your lung capacity. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fully in. Extra sip of air. Hold. We're calming our central nervous system. We're calming the fight or flight response that many of us live in our day-to-day life. Giving a brain and body some time to relax so that we can get into a rest and digest. Feel this shift happening in your body. When your exhale comes, Hold your breath out for just another 10 seconds at the bottom of the exhale. And then let's get right into Ujjayi Pranayama. Rest your tongue at the roof of your mouth. Create a gentle constriction in the back of your throat. Begin breathing with slow and thorough breaths. Thorough meaning inhaling as deep as you can to your belly and your chest. And when you exhale, try to press every bit of air out. When your next inhale comes, let's take a stretch for the front and back of the room like we're just waking up. Big inhale, reach and stretch. And hug your knees into your chest. Give your body a hug. Thank it for showing up today. Thank it for being able to do this practice. Not everyone is blessed with 4 healthy limbs or everything else that we need to have to be here. And let's just set up dynamic bridge pose. Go ahead and release your feet to the earth. Make sure that your knees and feet are hip distance apart and that your middle fingers can graze the back of your heels. With your next inhale, lift your hips and sweep your arms to the floor behind you. So we're reaching arms up into the floor behind, yeah? And as you exhale, lower your hands and hips back down. Inhale, lift and sweep. Press your heels down to lift your hips as high as you can. Exhale, lower hands and hips back down. And just go for 3 more rounds at your own pace. There is no right or wrong as far as how fast or slow you go. All I care about is that you're breathing to your maximum and minimum lung capacity. And if Ujjayi isn't speaking to you well this morning, I like to breathe in and out of my mouth, at least while I teach especially. So there's really no right or wrong way to approach the breath practice either. All I care about is that it's a conscious breath practice, that you're choosing to do it. And with your next inhale, we will hold at the top and find a regular bridge pose. You can bring hands together behind your lower back, interlace, roll your shoulder blades underneath, and soften the grip of your toes. See about pressing into the 4 corners of your feet. Usually I'll even lift the toes off the mat while this is happening. Now notice the major muscles firing in your legs. When we are not using our toe and the arches of our feet for balance, we get to use these huge muscles like the glutes, our quads, our calves. And these are essentially the same muscles that we want to be using while we're in any of the standing physical postures, be it warrior 2 or mountain pose. With your next inhale, see if you can lift just 10% higher, a little bit more. And then exhale, vertebra by vertebra, roll your spine down to the earth. And then take 30 seconds or so to move to tabletop position. There's no rush. If you want to rock and roll a couple of times, if you want to find a supine twist, go ahead and do so. And if you're joining in online, let's get our playlist synced up. The playlist is called 2021 Fresh. And if you're ready to hit play on the first song, we'll hit it in 3, 2, 1. And I want you to just take 30 seconds in tabletop to move your body however it wants to move. Forward, back, left, and right. And while you're doing this, I want you to just notice where sensation is coming up for you, or where it's sticking out, for lack of better words. So sensation can come in the form of tension. Sensation can come in the form of maybe it's a good feeling. But I just want you to notice where you're holding sensation in your body. And as we move through our practice, maybe keep your attention on that space or spaces. And again, just a quick reminder, you're always welcome to skip or modify postures as we go through this practice. Let's go for a quick wrist stretch. Spin your fingertips to the sides of the room. Let your wrists face inwards. And just give yourself a little side to side motion here. And then maybe start taking it into circular motions if that feels okay in your wrists. We'll get off of our wrists here in just a little bit. And then let's go to the back of the wrists. Spin your fingertips towards your knees. Let your wrists face forwards now on the back of the hands. If this feels too intense, you can always bend your elbows to take a little bit of pressure out of it. Good. Let's unwind the hands now. Inhale, sweep your right arm to the sky. Find some movement for your wrist, for your elbow, and for your shoulder. And then with your exhale, thread your arm all the way through to the opposite side. We're going to do that motion 2 more times. Inhale, sweep out and open. Reach as high as you can. Press down with your bottom arm. Exhale, thread it through. Nice breath, everyone. I love to hear it. It's inspiring. One more time. Inhale, sweep your arm out and open. And then exhale, thread your arm through. And we're going to hold for about 5 breaths here. So first, let's see if we can just add a little bit more spice to the pose by reaching your right hand another inch to the left side of the room. Second, start to explore. And this is something that I want you to do in every pose today. It usually just means shifting around. Not a whole lot, sometimes 2% shift for, if that makes sense to you, kind of just wiggling around until you find a spot that feels sensitive. And then when you find that spot, start to sink in. If you want to modify here, you can either extend left hand forward or bring left hand behind your back for the bind. Either one is good. And then to intensify the sensation, breathe into it. So breathe into your right shoulder. And out of your right shoulder. One more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Set up to unwind, left hand under left shoulder. Inhale, sweep your right arm open to the sky. Find some movement for it. And then release it down. Inhale, sweep your left arm high. Find some circular movements for all of your arm joints. And with your exhale, thread your arm through to the right side of the room. Let's go through that 2 more times with your deepest breath. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, thread. One more time. Inhale, sweep. And exhale, thread. So first, add some spice if you want. Second, wiggle around or explore. And then when you find a good spot, start to sink into it. Maybe even lean into your left shoulder. Let's take 2 full breaths into the left shoulder. One more time. Set up to unwind. Inhale, sweep your left arm out and open. Exhale, release it down. Let's go through a few rounds of cat-cow together. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop your belly. Lift your chin. Rotate your hips as high as you can. Exhale, arch your back. Round your chin into your chest and gaze to your belly. Again, inhale, drop your belly. Lift your chin. Pull your shoulders to the back of your mat. Exhale, arch your back, round your chin into your chest, press your hands vigorously downward. One more time, inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly button a little bit further if you can. Exhale, arch your back, round your chin into your chest, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find your way to downward dog. And just start off by moving around, kind of exploring. Spread your fingertips wide. Press your chest back towards your thighs and rotate your tailbone to the ceiling. Imagine that there is an invisible cord linked to your tailbone, and that it is being pulled up to the ceiling with each exhale. Full breath in. Pull the cord up. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all of the way, and your choice, low cobra, high cobra, or up dog, shoulders away from your ears. And then find your way to downward dog with your exhale. Again, you can always skip or modify any of this. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, high plank. Keep your elbows hugged to your side ribs. Exhale, lower halfway or all of the way. Nice, Johan. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Shoulders away from your ears, press down into the floor. And exhale to downward dog. Christine, you can go a little bit narrower with your hands towards one another, yeah. Inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky. And step between your hands. We're just going to start off with a gentle low lunge. Bring your hands to your right thigh and take a few pulses in and out of your front leg. We can have left knee grounded unless you want to keep it up. That's fine too. A few pulses in and out here. If you don't feel a stretch in the front of your left hip yet, try walking your left knee a little bit further back. Should feel a good stretch. Good. Close your eyes. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And have a little bit of a tilt upwards with your chest. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Sink your hips a little bit lower. Relax your shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, reach up. Hands to the earth. Exhale, half split. Straighten your right leg. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Inhale, find length in your spine. Squeaky mat. Just to be clear, it was the mat. Exhale, fold, draw your nose to your shin. Thanks for that. No, I like it. Farts are funny. Even if they're mat farts. Inhale, find length in your spine. Supposed to save that for wind removing pose, Christine. Exhale, draw your nose to shin. I'm just messing with you. One more time. Inhale, find length. Exhale, forward fold. Farts are funny. I don't care how old you are. Inhale, walk your hands forward to the top. Exhale, step back and go through your flow. High to low plank. Elbows hug as you lower. Cobra or up dog. Pull your heart through. And then exhale to downward dog. And Diane, just an observation. Sometimes dropping the knees down can help take some weight out of it. That way you can focus on keeping everything safe. Okay. If you want to. No, that's good. Thank you. Absolutely. Take a full breath in. Open mouth. Inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, step between your hands and drop your right knee. Untuck your right toes and bring your hands to your left thigh. Take a few pulses in and out of your front leg. And straight out of the gate, try to drop shoulders as far away from your ears as you can. It's natural to kind of have this hunched up shape, but let's see if we can observe a more relaxed one. With your next inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Sink your hips a little bit further forward and down. Last breath, inhale, reach higher. Hands to the earth for half splits. Nice breath, Christine. Flex your toes towards your shin. Draw your nose down. Inhale, find a half lift with your spine. Reach the crown of your head forward. And exhale, fold. Draw your nose to shin. 2 more here. Last round. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Step back to high plank. Option to be on your knees here. Lower halfway or all of the way. Keep your elbows hugged in. Cobra or up dog. Pull your heart through and shoulders back. And let's move it to down dog. Inhale, send your gaze forward. Tiptoe, 10 tiny steps to the top. And then let's find ragdoll. Bring your feet wider than hip distance apart. Bend your knees until your chest can rest on your thighs, and maybe find a little bit of movement here. If you want to bounce or sway or shake, nod your head or anything else, just find some free movement here. If chest expansion is in your practice and you want to bring the mind behind your back, go ahead and set up chest expansion. And then let's take this for a twist. Whether you're in ragdoll or chest expansion, straighten your right leg, bend your left knee, dip your, it's left elbow towards the earth and send your gaze past your right shoulder or armpit. If you want more spice, lift your left heel off the earth. Nice, Marta. Take a full breath in. Go a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center. And then let's switch it out. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee. Option to lift right heel off of the earth. Nice, Patty. Let's take 2 full breaths here. Nice, Erica. Good variation. Slowly release your hands back down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Bring your feet closer together. And forward fold. Draw your nose towards your shins. Maybe use the strength of your arms to create more compression. Inhale, mountain. Sweep your arms up and overhead. And let's swan dive right back in. Exhale, reach as far as you can to the sides. Bend your knees a lot. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Just back to forward fold, exhale. Go a little bit deeper this time. Create compression. Inhale, mountain. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Keep the top of your shoulders plugged down. Exhale, swan dive. Nice, Diane. Good adjustment. Again, halfway lift, lengthen. And a forward fold. We want this to be active rather than passive, unless you want to do it passively. One more time, up to mountain, reach your arms up and overhead, top of shoulders plugged towards the earth, and exhale, swan dive down, reach with your heart. Find a halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Step your right foot back as far as you can. Set up crescent lunge, take your time, inhale, rise. And just a quick reminder for crescent lunge, we want feet to be about hip distance apart. Left knee over left ankle and right heel over right toes. As long as that's okay with your hips, we want heel to be over toes. That way back leg can be active. Rotate your left hip back and right hip forward. Full breath. Sink deeper and close your eyes. Whoa. Inhale, reach higher. Airplane torso, exhale, sweep it back. Keep an up dog tilt to your chest like you're about to fly through some clouds. Inhale, 5-pointed star, open up to the side, give it a little shake up. Good, and then let's wide leg forward fold towards the earth. And I'm gonna throw out either a freestyle or a side lunge. So freestyle as in do whatever your body wants to do, or if you want a little bit of guidance, I'm a big fan of some side lunges right here. If you are choosing the side lunge, try to get your hips as low as you can. Flex your opposite toes towards your shin. And just shift with your breath. So it's an inhale to move to center. Exhale to side lunge. Get your hips low. Let's hold for 2 more breaths wherever you are. Inhale, turn to face the back of the room. Reposition your footing for warrior 2 stance. So your left foot's going to spin flat. Left toes face the left side of the room. Good, and just for experimentation's sake, step your feet 10% further. So you can either step left foot further forward or right foot further forward. Then close your eyes. Soften the grip of your toes and press your feet down into the floor. And again, notice those major muscles firing up, your quads, your glutes, and your calves. Soften where you can, whether it's your shoulders, your facial expression, or your toes. With your next inhale, find reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. Bring right elbow to right inner thigh and use it to press open with your chest. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Excellent, Greg. One more time. Inhale, reverse. To side angle, exhale, and we'll hold here. Great focus, Michaela. Focus on rotating your right shoulder under and your left shoulder back. You can either reach left hand straight up or towards the back of the room. Hold for 2 more breaths. Rotate right shoulder under. Good, and try to stack them. That's perfect. Next, inhale, find reverse triangle. Shorten your stance about 6 inches. And then find triangle, pull right hip back, reach right hand forward as far as you can, and then hinge open. Press equally into both feet. Maybe send your gaze to the ceiling if your neck is okay with that. And let's see if we can take the slowest, deepest breaths possible here. Nice breath, everyone. Half moon. Inhale, step into your right foot. Drag your left big toe towards your right ankle and lift off. If you fall, good. That means that you're challenging yourself. If you get wobbly, that's great too. Good, and just make sure that you're breathing. That's really the only rule I have that you got here. Good. Everyone reach your left hand a little bit higher so that you don't need the mat underneath you. And slowly step it back. Nice, Erica. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Open up. Cartwheel to the front and freestyle for 4 breaths. That could mean side plank. That could mean simple going through chaturanga, handstands, or maybe just child's pose. There's no right or wrong. I shouldn't say just child's pose. It's great. I love child's pose. Way to go for it, Marta. The opportunity is there. Let's take a full breath in. Open mouth. One more time, full breath. Tongue out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Chair pose, inhale, lift. Drinking bird, exhale, sweep your arms back, lift to your tiptoes. Nice, Diane. Inhale, chair. To drinking bird. One more time, inhale, chair. To drinking bird. Inhale, mountain, reach up. Back bend, stick your tongue out, lift your heart. Inhale, reach. Hands together, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Step left foot back as far as we can. I think this is the correct leg. Inhale, sweep your arms up for crescent. Thanks, Sarah. Give it a little wiggle out. Make sure left heel is stacked over left toes. Deepen your breath. Close your eyes for 1. Reach a little bit higher. Inhale, look up. Airplane torso, sweep your arms back. Keep an up dog tilt to your chest. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Open up. Give it a little shake out if that feels good. Good, and then let's find horse stance. Step your feet a little bit closer in on each side. Turn your toes out to the sides of the room. You want to have knees stacked on top of ankles. Now the tricky part is pull your knees open towards the pinky edges of your feet. I should see at least one of you do one of these. Yeah? Bring hands to heart center and give yourself a little sway side to side. And see if you can soften the grip of your toes, maybe even lift them up, just so that you can notice how these big muscles are firing up while we're in this awkward balancing posture. Good. And then if you want to spice things up, lift your right heel off the earth as you are swaying. Maybe even your left toes are still off the mat. Keep breathing. If you're not challenged yet, close your eyes. Good. Set your right heel back down. Lift your left heel. Maybe lift your right toes. Set your left heel back down. Good. Now lift both heels. Extra credit again if your eyes are closed, or even if you can lift both sets of toes off and you're just balancing on the balls of your feet. Just be safe about it. With your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, 5-pointed star. Give your hips a little shake, a twerk, as the millennials call it, and then find warrior two to the back of the room. Reposition. Make sure that your right toes are facing the mural side of the room. Full breath in. Soften where you can. Warrior two is about combining efforts and ease. Next inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. One more time, reverse warrior. There it is, Johan. Nice. To side angle, exhale. Nice, Cassie. We're going to hold here for about 3 breaths. So everyone's posture is looking awesome. Where I see we could have a tiny bit of improvement is pressing left forearm against left inner thigh to encourage left shoulder to rotate under and right shoulder back. The goal here is to rotate your chest towards this side of the room and stack your shoulders. One more breath. Go a little bit deeper. Inhale, reverse triangle. Hell yeah, Kendra, get it. And then to triangle with your exhale, reach your hip back, reach your hand forward, 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 forward. And then hinge your left arm down. Press both feet into the earth to lift higher up with your arms. Deepen your breath. Last breath. Half moon, if you're ready for it. Step into your left foot. Deepen your breath. Okay, so layer 1 is getting all 4 of your limbs as active as possible. In rocket yoga, they say tight is light. That means when all of your muscles are firing, it actually becomes easier to find more balance. Layer 2 is reaching your right arm so high up that you don't need your left hand on the earth anymore. It's the lifting that gives you stability. Layer 3 is changing your gaze. Maybe that's sending it to the side, to the ceiling, maybe taking your gaze away altogether just to see what that's like. Last breath. And slowly step it back. Nice, everyone. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Way to send it. Cartwheel to the front, freestyle for 4 breaths. Do what your body wants to do. So that is our flow this morning. We're going to go through it, maybe add one more posture in there just to spice things up a little bit. If you ever need to break or skip any of the poses, please feel free to. We're going to attempt to connect breath to movement the whole way through. Let's meet in downward dog. Open mouth, let your breath go. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Drinking bird, exhale. Right leg up for staff pose. Inhale, raise. Straight back to airplane. Sweep your arms and right leg back. Drive your right heel to the back of the room. Keep your right toes facing towards the earth. Try not to let your hip roll open too much. Last breath. Bend your left knee and slowly return right foot to the earth. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Open up and give it a little shake. Warrior 2 to the back of the room. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Reverse triangle. Inhale, soften your toes. Triangle, exhale, hip back, hand forward. Half moon if you are ready for it, or stay in triangle. Both are great postures. Deepen your breath. Excellent, Nedra. Good activation. All right, just to spice things up a little bit, everyone close your eyes for one deep breath. Ooh, slowly step it back with your exhale. 5-pointed star, open up. Cartwheel to the front, go through your flow, high to low. You can choose to skip it or modify it still. We're going to meet in downward dog with your next exhale. Cleansing breath. Open mouth. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Inhale, lift. A little bounce. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, chair. Drinking bird. One more time. Chair. Drinking bird. Left leg up for staff pose. Straight back to airplane, sweep it back. Hold for 3. Drive your left heel back. Last breath, get bigger. Bend your right knee, step it back. 5-pointed star, open up, give it a shake. Warrior 2 to the back. Reverse warrior, inhale. Press into the pinky edge of your right foot. Exhale to side angle. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten your front leg, shorten your stance. Triangle with soft toes. Again, so you can use the big muscles. If our toes are gripping, then sometimes we rely too heavily on the toe and foot strength, which is much less than the big muscles. Half moon if you're ready for it. Deepen your breath. Close your eyes for one breath. Glide it back. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Cartwheel to the front. Go through a flow. One of our last ones of the morning, so make it count. And then find your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to high plank. Lower all of the way down to your belly. Locust pose, bring your hands by your hips, palms face down. Inhale, lift everything up. Spread fingers and toes. Reach your feet to the back of the room. Deepen your breath. 3 more. Inhale, lift higher. Nice, Kendra. Higher still. Fullest expression all the way. Exhale, release. Send your gaze to the right side of the room. And then turn your gaze a little bit further to the right. Deepen your breath. Two more. Bound locust. Or another round of half or regular locust if you want to bring hands by your sides instead of the bind. Diane, I might recommend doing a regular locust again, yeah? Inhale, lift up. Either squeeze if you have the grip or just lift with your arms. 3 breaths to go to your edge. Higher. Nice, Sarah. Fullest expression. Release and send your gaze to the left. And then turn your gaze a little bit further to the left. Deepen your breath. Slowly in. Slowly out. Okay, we've got one quick round of core right after we do open wing. Actually, fuck it. Let's do core right now. Let's get it out of the way. Flip over to your back. Sorry for my language, especially if there's any children present at home. I feel really bad now. I'm never going to curse ever again. They're like, that's what you do in yoga class? Okay, we're setting up taco block sit-ups. We don't have blocks, so they're just taco sit-ups. So we're going to lift up, shoulders off the mat. Imagine that you're switching the block to your feet, and then you lower back down. I'll actually lay down so you can see what's happening here. You inhale to lift, shoulders off the mat. Exhale to lower, and I actually have the breath mixed up. It's an exhale to lift, and an inhale to lower. So try to keep straight arms and straight legs as much as you can. Get your shoulders as high off the mat as possible. I want to hear strong exhales. Each time you lift up. Nice, Patty. Try to get your legs vertical so they kind of face the ceiling. Nice, Marta. Way to be resourceful. Excellent, y'all. We've only got 10 more. Let's go. Stick with it. We're almost there. Your body might not like it in this current moment, but it will like it in a couple days when you're done being sore. Keep going. We've got 3 more left. Power through it. Let these be the best ones. Good, Michaela. Nice, Greg. And release. Nicely done. And just 1 round of bicycles. Hands together behind your head. Interlace your hands. And we're just going to tap right elbow to left knee. Left elbow to right knee. Each time you tap, I want you to extend your opposite leg as far as you can forward. Each exhale is powerful. Good. See if you can find the beat of the music now. Almost there. Keep it going for 4. Last 3. Nice, Christine. 2 and 1. Release. Nicely done. Is right. That was fun just watching y'all. Let's set up bridge pose. Just 1 quick round so we can stretch the core out. If full wheel is in your practice and you want to break it out, you're feeling spicy, break out full wheel. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift off. 4 breaths. Higher with each inhale. Let some tension go with your exhale. Last 2. Fullest expression. And try to roll down vertebra by vertebra from the top of your spine down to the base of your spine. Try not to skip any vertebra. I like to lift heels off of the mat so that the lower back can round down before the tailbone does. And this might seem a little bass-ackwards, but we're going to flip back over to the belly now and do open wing. This is supposed to be a vinyasa flow, man. Each pose seamlessly getting into the next. Reach your right arm all the way out to the right side of the room for open wing. And then see if you can reach it another inch further out and roll open to your right side body. Good. If you need more of a stretch, you can bring your arm into a goalpost. But wherever you are, we're going to do a little bit of breath work to help spice up the posture. Close your eyes if you're okay with that. And I want you to imagine a green, bright light. With your inhale, bring the green light into your chest. Let it expand and let it illuminate. And as you exhale, breathe the green light through your shoulder, to your elbow, to your wrist, and out of your fingertips. Again, green light into your chest. Let it grow, let it expand. And as you exhale, green light through your shoulder, to your elbow, to your wrist, and out of your fingertips. 2 more. Inhale, green light in. Green light through shoulder, elbow, wrist, and out of your fingertips. Last round of breath. Inhale, fill. Take 3 sips of air. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, green light through shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingertips. Every last bit of light out. And then lower back down to your belly. Maybe let out an and then just notice the difference between your left and your right arm. And let's go into the second side. Reach your left arm out. And then maybe reach it another inch and roll open to your left side. And now just for a quick learning moment, when we press down into the left hand, the muscles activate, and therefore we get more of a muscular stretch because muscles are engaged. If you were to, for example, let go of the muscular activation, if you're just to kind of, in a yin way, in a passive way, lean into the stretch without muscular activation, you're going to get more into the tendons, the ligaments, the joint of your shoulder and everything attached to it. I'm only telling you this for future reference, not that it super matters right now. But if you ever feel like you are tight muscularly, if that's a word, we want to press down so that we can get that muscular stretch. And if you ever feel like there's something happening in your spine, or if there's something happening in your left shoulder joint, then maybe a more passive stretch could behoove you. I think that's my second time ever using that word. I'm pretty proud of myself. Take a full breath into your heart. Send the breath out of your shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingertips. Again, green light into your chest. Green light through shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingertips. Last 2 breaths. Inhale, green light in. Let it expand. Let it illuminate every nook and cranny. Exhale, green light through shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingertips. Last full breath. Inhale, fill. Green light in and take 3 sips of green light. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Go a little bit deeper into your stretch. Send the green light back out of your shoulder. And then roll down to your belly. That was fun. Stay as long as you need, and then when you're ready, we're going to meet laying down on our back. Once again, the most graceful way is to just flip over like a pancake. But if you have a more fancy way that I'm not aware of, go ahead and find that. So we are quickly approaching Shavasana. If there is anything else that you need from your practice before we come into our final resting position, Go ahead and explore. For example, outer hip stretch. We have done none for the entire practice. So if you need a reclined pigeon, now would be an opportune time. If you need anything else, I am a big fan of shoulder stands. Go ahead and take a minute or two to explore. If you are joining in online, just know that I'll be playing singing bowls during Shavasana. So if you want to mute your playlist, or if you'd rather mute me instead of listening to the singing bowls, you're more than welcome to. But sometimes having music and singing bowls at the same time is just a little too much. To finish off our practice, let's just take 3 cleansing breaths. The third one we will hold. Inhale through your nose. Out of your mouth, let go. Again, through your nose. Out of your mouth. Last round, fill up. 3 sips of air. Hold for 15. Five, four, three, two, exhale out. And just allow yourself to receive the healing benefits of your practice, of flexibility, of strength, stillness, your mind and body. Tat savitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi. Dio yona prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yogis, if you'd like to stay here longer, you're more than welcome to. If you are ready to begin moving and breathing consciously again, invite it gently back in. And again, if you'd like to rest in Shavasana for a few minutes longer, please feel free to. And if you're ready to make your way to seated position, we will meet there. I'd like to thank each of you for showing up today fully for yourself and for your community. I appreciate you filling up your own cup so that you can give more to the people who matter. The world is a better place when you are your best self. We'll seal our practice to one round of Om. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Gather the energy, the light that you've generated with this practice, and draw it to your heart center. Inhale for Om. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. Bow to your neighbors. Bow to yourself. Thank you for making time for this today. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, start to your weekend. Next week, I believe Aaron Wilson will be covering this class. Taylor and I are going on a little vacation. We have some workshops coming up that I'm super stoked about. There's a conscious cannabis workshop on February 13th, led by Jesse Seymour and Matt Gasmovic, the owner of the studio. I personally get anxiety when I smoke weed, so I probably won't be at that one, but I know there are some people that can handle that. I'll be teaching a breath workshop on the 21st of February regarding a lot of simple breath exercises that you can do on your own at home that don't take very much time. And then I'll be teaching a disco yoga, disco flow class, and a disco hot class, where we'll have black lights, we'll have disco lights, and disco music during our practice. It's going to be a good time. If you have any other questions or feedback, please let me know, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, y'all. My pleasure.
I signed up for that breath class, but it's my daughter's birthday, so I don't want to take her somewhere else. Do you record that? And I can, what do you suggest? Because I went ahead and signed up and paid for it, but now I want to take my daughter somewhere. So, are you recording?
Chat with me out front, and let me see if it's something that we can record.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll just do it another time.
Okay.
Because I know it's better in person.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
So I can just wait.
Okay. Yeah, chat with me outside, and we'll figure it out. Later, Greg.